with that body. Mohbad slept outside of that hospital. So what do you now want Baba Mohbad to do? See, this is common sense. Like Mysi have said, Mysi, God bless you for this statement. May God bless you.
Let's correct it.
What do you want this man to do? To take the body to his house or to do what? So that was the reason I came up.
Okay, Kofi, thank you. The majority of what you said. But, you see, I think we got a little bit of, what you said. And what seemed like common sense to you actually sounds a bit stupid to us, a bit senseless to us. But let me quickly indulge you a bit. So now you said that the hospital told Omowumi to take the body to the morgue. There is no statement anywhere that they wrote that Perez Hospital, we told Mohbad's wife. No. There's nothing like that in any statement that was released. They said they told the family, the people who brought him. So don't make it about Wunmi. And I think that's the problem that we have, is the fact that every conversation around what by this guy, you people are making it Wunmi, and that's where the issue is. Again, I am telling you that there's no way that we will not have a bigger issue if that body was taken to the mortuary that night. And okay, yeah, I hear you. The man needed, medical certificate to be able to deposit the body in the morgue and all of that. I hear that. However, that death certificate that you need to deposit this body in the morgue could have also been gotten. Something, a report, a police report could have been okay. However, you took the body from all the police jurisdiction within the area where this guy lives. You took the body away and you took it all the way to another place. You were refused a police report there and you were told to take the body back. You were told to take the body back. You guys, let's talk as if, like, let's actually talk and reason like people who can comprehend or who understand or who get it. It doesn't have to be only the police, only the hospital that can give you a report to enable you deposit a body in the morgue. So it doesn't have to be the hospital alone. You can actually go to a police station and go and make a report to say, this is what has happened to this person. This person was taken to the hospital said this. So no, I disagree with you with saying, Sheko Belasile, she did take the body home, she did go and sleep with the body. I disagree with that. And I am of the opinion that if that body had been taken from the hospital to the morgue, we'll have a bigger issue. It would then become a case of, something happened, they're trying to hide something, they're trying to cover up something. Why did they take the body? Why didn't they wait for the father? Why didn't they consult the father? Why didn't they this? Which family member? Which this? Again, these are young people that were with him at the time. His father wasn't there, his mother wasn't there, his older sister wasn't there. There was no able, responsible family member that was there at the time. So I think it would have been very wrong for them to make the decision to go and deposit the body in the morgue and then come back to the father and say, actually, sir, we'll be dealing with a much bigger issue. It will become a case of, they fired the guy, they wanted to conceal it, and then they went to deposit his body in the freezer. That is my opinion. So I'm happy for others to share theirs.
Hey, my sis-in-laws. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, sis-in-laws.
Did you see all your loads that are packed outside?
No, leave me. Mo kó mo fi ń bolẹ̀ lé mi lọ mo kó wá tọ́ ni mo ti ibùjókòó ayọ̀ ni mo ní mo kó àti tòjé bo ló ṣàlọ́wọ́. How are you all? Good morning, everybody. Host, I greet you, my sis, and the rest of the panelists. Greetings. Good morning. First of all, Abefe, I'm going to disagree with you, but before I even disagree with you, to me, number one, on that issue, to be honest with you, I think is actually a system failure.
But see, Josh, that's a keeper.
àgùntàn ṣọ́lò funfun lẹ́yẹ iṣu. Fàjímì tó ṣùọ́ ṣẹwà. Chairman, Comrade King White. Ṣẹwà pa ẹpẹ̀lẹ́sà. Akú fàájì, akú gbogbo ẹ̀ mo bá rí yín o, tí bá ti wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ báyìí yẹn ilẹ̀ máa gbé mi kiri ni pẹ̀lú réǹjì yín yẹn.
Kò sí wàhálà.
Ó tún wọ́n mi yéye. You are blessed, sir. You are blessed.
Amen, amen.
Yeah, so I disagree with you. First of all, I think it's a system failure. I mean, I did not even know that hospitals in Nigeria, they don't have morgue. Unlike here in the States, they don't give you the body and say, hey, go and deposit somewhere. Unless if maybe you are an hospice patient that has been at home and they're expecting the death. And when they call the ambulance will come pick you up and take you to the nearest hospital where you will be certified and then deposited in the morgue. So to me, I was actually shocked that the hospital will give the family a dead body to drive to the nearest morgue. You know, what if they can't even afford the ambulance to go? But that to me is number one is system failure. System failure. You know, the Department of Health, the WHO, you know, the World Health Organization really needs to look into that. I don't think it's been a problem, but I think this is the time and the age where that has to be eradicated, where family will have to be told to take the body of their loved one to go and deposit in the morgue. Having said that, I think if we can listen to the police reports, they were told to go and deposit the body in the morgue by the first and the second hospital. I think after the first hospital, which was Coromed, they were in shock. When they were in shock, and then I think that was when Wunmi said they had to call Darosha, and Darosha said maybe they should go for a second opinion. And they went to Perez, and Perez confirmed the same thing. And they were advised by professionals, health professionals, practitioners, to go and deposit the body in the morgue. And to me, you know, my own opinion is, yes, we can say they are Gen Z, they are young adults and stuff like that. But when professionals now give professional advice and told them, go and do this, you will expect them to do exactly what professionals, since that is their areas of expertise, and none of those kids knows any better. To me, I would think the right thing to be done will be to follow the instructions of the professional if they were not trying to hide anything or conceal anything. Number one, and they all can stay there, call Baba Mohbad or call the parents or call more adults and tell them, this is what happened, this is what they said we should do, this is what we have done. Till Ebamo, everybody will go to the morgue and see the boy and stuff like that. To me, that is number one thing. I will expect, since they don't know any better and they have professionals, if your lawyer say do this, that's exactly what you're going to do. These are the things you need to do to win your case. That's what you will do. If your doctor say do this, that's what you will do. If your accountant say do this, file this, that's what you will do. Because we all have our areas of expertise. That's number one. And when you made the submission by saying that everybody's think it's Wunmi. Yes, personally, you all know my stand and you know my position, and I have a rationale for having my position, because your spouse, when it comes to property, Wunmi is the next of kin. Wunmi is the one that's supposed, and I agree. from my own culture, when talon pe me, okay, hold on. From my own culture and from my own belief and from my own culture, my culture being Western world, I agree. Wunmi is the next of kin. Wunmi is supposed to inherit her husband property. I cannot imagine myself, God forbid anything happened to my husband, then my in-laws, you and Abefe will now come in and say you want to collect my jacuzzi. You understand? The same way I will accord her those property is the same way I will accord her the responsibility and the care of duty. She cannot shift the care of duty to her parents or to her in-laws rather, but when it comes to property, she cannot but when it comes to property, no, she's like, it's my husband, the husband of my youth. No, you can't eat your cake and have it. If she wants to be a wife, she will be a half from start to finish. And I believe, I stand to be corrected, I believe when you say your next of kin in Nigeria, family, you will be the one to sign consents. For example, if you're going for a C-section, if I'm going for a C-section, they will call my husband. They won't call my parents because it is assumed, unless otherwise stated, it is assumed that my next of kin, because you, your spouse, and your children, you become a nuclear family, and your aunties, uncles, parents become extended family. That is how it is assumed, and that is the position of the law, where the law works. That is the position of the law. So if I'm having a C-section, they will ask my husband. They will not ask my mom. They will not ask my dad because they are extended family. And that is why I agree Wunmi should, under normal circumstances, Wunmi should inherit her husband. Let's say once he's 70 and 60 and things like this happens. Yes, the wife should inherit the properties. Same way, I think Wunmi is liable for the death of her husband because she's the wife. The same way, I'm not gonna do, she's the wife, she needs to get the property, but the family is gonna be Roku. No, that is the reason why I am holding Wunmi responsible. And that is my rationale. And this is the position of the law. Now, Wunmi claimed...
Hold on. Hey, where are you taking us? I think you... So, I don't know if you're aware, but what we're talking about right now is my C's update. We're analyzing it paragraph by paragraph. But you are taking...
So.
No.
You're taking...
Botika is right. She's still in the line of.
Hold on. Can you please hold on? Please hold on a second. So yes, I've not said she's wrong. That's like again, that is how she feels.
She off topic.
No.
Can't sorry, 1 minute man.
No.
Are we talking about the 1 minute man?
No. So you're not off topic, but I feel like you are.
Mama, we are talking about my C updates against Adura.
That we all already.
My C.
Body go tell you. So want to tell me.
Irọ́ ànígbà o.
Ìyẹn ni kẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí báyìí.
Ànígbà o.
We are talking about.
Ọmọ mi làdúrà ànígbà o.
We are talking about my C and we're analyzing his updates, but whatever everything you said is still within the conversation. Okay, but I feel that you're taking your analysis deep. Your analysis, the things you've said.
I'm taking it deep. Critical thinkers.
Like everything that you're saying now, there are things that you said before. You're literally just reiterating everything that you said, and we will get there. But let's take it step by step. So yes, I understand you saying that this is a medical advice. They should have done it according to how they were advised by the medical team, who are the ones who are professionals when it comes to this, when it comes to that. Supreme, between us, we know that if they had gone there, Because if you're talking about it being a medical advice and believing so much in, and accepting medical advice and all of that, then I don't think you guys should have gone and made extra payments for another toxicology and autopsy.
Say that again one more time. I didn't understand you.
Okay, I'll rephrase. So what I'm saying is, if you think that, they should have gone with the medical advice, which was take this body to a government hospital and go and put this body in a morgue. You said these are the professionals. These are the people who know what they know. These are the people who can offer you like correct advice and give you good advice on what to do with the body, rather than taking it home. Why didn't you go with the advice, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm telling you that the only reason that not going with that advice would have made sense, aside from the fact that yes, they were all young, they all panicked, they were all unsure, they were all scared, they were in denial of the fact that this guy had already passed away. If they had done it the way the doctor said, we will have a bigger issue, because currently right now, a toxicology and autopsy was carried out by professionals.
No. Maybe you are not. Maybe no. You are wrong. You are wrong, because if they had taken the body,
and the autopsy,
Sorry, Abefe.
if they had taken the body, hold on, Abefe.
No, Supreme, hold on. If medical professionals who are able to carry out autopsy and toxicology, people who are professionals in this field, have done a toxicology and autopsy, they've given you a result, and everybody...
No, Abefe, you are wrong. Let me correct you on that. You are wrong. You are completely wrong. You see, you take everybody.
Supreme, let me finish now.
Supreme, sorry, let me interject. You see, if we have opinions, opinion is an opinion, yeah?
No, the opinion, there are some things, hold on, there are some things that is opinion. There are some things that are scientifically based.
Listen.
Otherwise,
No, there are some things that are opinion. There are some things that are
hold on now. I hear you. Yes, are facts. Hold on. Let me talk. Let me finish. Now, if you people are saying that, yes, if they are taking the body to the morgue, then the toxicology and autopsy results would have been accurate, would have gotten good answers. So why are you people doing the toxicology and autopsy again? If you feel like the body being buried is one of the reasons you got...
Hold on 1 second, Abefe. Hold on. You are mixing too many things in the pot at the time. At the same time. What you are saying? Hold on. What you are saying is you are shifting. What we are saying is, why did they take the body home? That is what you're saying. So Wunmi is wrong. Wunmi is wrong to have gone against professional advice.
No, she's
okay.
Wrong.
She is wrong because, like you said, like we all agree here, they are in their 20s. They do not know any better, so they should have. They should have.
No. If we're looking at it as we should, say we are Africans, we are Nigerians with our own Nigerian mentality. We are looking at a picture of a young man has passed away. The family, the mother, the father, none of them, yes, Baba, but however, we know, whoever, this family member, they know the father and the mother, they know the kind of family they're from. We cannot make the decision to go and dump this body in the mortuary without the consent or without the
there is no consent here, Abefe. I understand your position, and I respect the fact that you are supporting Wunmi, but there are some facts and truths we cannot neglect, regardless of the position we hold. I know your position and I know mine, but there are some things, believe it or not, we just have to call a spade a spade. Okay, now it is wrong. You are a case manager, and if you go to a home and you assess a home and you give them a professional advice, they are to take it. Otherwise, there are consequences that we follow. If you are called to a child abuse or a whatever the case may be, I know how social worker works, right? So now in this situation, in a country that works, where law actually works, they will be liable for taking the body home to do what? Because Usually, when they call, they can take the body to the morgue or on their way to the morgue, make a call. Daddy, come by to Sheleo and be okulosi by Ekpadiwani by. You understand? They will be there. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Mama. Hold on now. Hold on. They will meet them up there. Doctor ní ká gbé lọ sí mortuary. Because yes, I agree, they are young. They've never experienced it before. They were all in a panic mode. Hence, they needed a professional and an adult advice, and they got it. They have someone that is older than them, and we assume the doctors there are older, and they are professionals. Two things put together, and they have experienced all of these things, and they know. That is number one key. Number two is your autopsy is done in the hospital settings. Okay, so taking the body to the morgue, from the morgue straight to the theater room where they will dissect the body and do the autopsy, we even make it more accurate because your decomposition.
Supreme, okay, how is it Wumi's fault now that Mohbad was buried that night? And as
they're not talking about burial yet.
No.
Listen, if you want me to go to burial, we will get there.
Please, just give me a second to answer this one of these questions. Please, I want to say this. I came up because of this. You know, it is easier for us to say, do this, if we are not in that shoe. Anyway, and I want us to know something this morning. You see, the system over here is different from the system in Nigeria. Now, and you know, one of them said, when they called Baba, remember Baba said, he's at the junctions of the hospital.
Of the
Baba
hospital.
told them, take the body home. They acted according to that instruction. Take the body home. That was Baba told them.
No. It's a lie. I cannot scream. Hold on. I don't want it to be turned to, this is why I like Abefe's platform. I don't like all this wuru. Because that is not true. Calm down. When you say your own, calm down. Don't put emotion and sentiment into this. Okay, don't put emotion on sentiment. Let's be educative here. Let's have an educative conversation, because that is not what Baba said. Because that is not what Baba. In fact, Baba told us. Hold on. Hold on. Baba said, when they did not even, they told him to go back home.
That was when we are talking about
I cannot fight and scream.
Baba said different things.
No. If you choose to believe me, you can choose.
Please don't say what you don't know.
You don't say what you don't fucking know. Don't tell me don't say what I don't know, because and these toxic people, you are
moderator, mute everybody.
You did this toxic people from Temi's platform.
Calm down.
When we have an educative section. Keep talking. No, this stupid people they stand there one more Temi here. I want Temi me only stand because they don't reason with their heads.
Can you imagine that?
ẹ jẹ́ ká ní sùúrù náà, ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré chipping kankan, ẹ jẹ́ ká ní sùúrù. Ṣé rí, ẹ jẹ́ ká ní sùúrù ká sọ. Nǹkan tí mo kàn máa sọ fún wa ni pé ṣé rí nǹkan tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ, kò sí nǹkan tí a lè sọ láti èní títí di ọ̀la tó lè yí kíní yẹn padà. Irú advice tí ẹ ń give yìí ń sìn, àwọn ẹlòmíì máa lẹ́yìn náà dẹ̀ máa kọ́gbọ́n bẹ̀ pé next time
this is what we are saying. I just can't stand everybody on that platform.
They understand, and àti agree pé ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan, àti agree pé next time tírú ẹ̀ bá máa ní rírú ẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Àmì Jésù.
Ẹni tí irú nǹkan báyìí bá fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí, irú advice tí Supreme tí wọ́n ń give yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká follow advice yẹn. Mo dẹ̀ appreciate advice yín tí ẹ give. Lóòótọ́ kò sẹ́ni tí ò lè ṣe mistake lórí tí nǹkan bá kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yàn. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ yẹn náà. Èèyàn máa kọ́kọ́ sọ ọpọlọ nù, sọ ọgbẹ́ nù, later láṣẹ máa wá sọ. Mama tó dẹ̀ wọlé lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ pé irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kò ń ṣe pé ó máa sáré wá sórí ẹni yẹn láti ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbà pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ, ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ
Hey, they
ibi tá a dẹ̀ ti ríru wàhálà yẹn another wàhálà yẹn ló tún bọ̀ yìí ẹ jẹ́ àgbàgbé tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ ká jẹ́ kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì bá wá justice lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad but eléyìí tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí ẹ má jẹ́ ká divert kúrò lórí ẹ̀ ìyẹn ti tàdúrà yìí tí mycin sọ pé your body go tell you ìyẹn ni mo fẹ́ ká argue lé lórí but tí tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ pé wọ́n pe bàbá ká sọ́ di ọ̀la mẹ́ta a lè rí nǹkan kan bẹ̀ so ìyẹn ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ dé àsábíàmọ́.
ẹ jẹ́ kí mi béèrè question ẹ̀yọ̀ kan lọ́wọ́ Supreme ó ṣàwé ìjẹ́ ìbéèrè question kan Supreme, are you telling me that you have never heard Baba Mohbad saying that he got to the junction of the hospital and they told him that they are taking his body home? I mean, they are taking his body away from the hospital. Did you hear that conversation or not? Because I'm actually trying to.
Okay, now let me tell you the version I know.
You know, okay.
Baba said, because this is one of the areas I fought Baba. Okay, Baba said that Mohbad, they were calling Mama Mohbad, and when they got to the junction, they said, "Mbonawa no hospital, one ara Mohbad tiya." Mohbad is oti response to treatment. Pe ki Baba padà sílé. Baba now said that he told Iya Mohbad pe ọmọ yẹn ti kú. Because I remember this is the area, one of the areas I faulted Baba. Because later, when someone called into Buki's show, I don't know I don't know the name of the guy. The guy made us to understand that Blessing already called Baba. And I said, Baba, why did you not say when somebody already gave you that information? So, Baba, they told him to go back home. Baba now said, they were already at Oshakpa or Sakpa, London, that I want Balosile. So they actually told him to go back home. So there was no information. You see, we have to be extremely careful and be open. Okay, and when someone tell because you're about roko, yes, but Baba insisted. Emi fought Baba pe Blessing already told you the boy was gone. So why are you telling us as if Holy Spirit told you something that you didn't know before? I faulted him for that. Okay, and if we all want to be truthful here, you will know I've not taken it easy with Baba when it comes to telling him the truth, where his faults are. I will tell him, I will tell him. But on that note, he was told by Darosha to go back home, that Mohbad was responded to treatment. And Baba said, I want to already Debbie by. I wanted to say, don't throw to the house. I must well come to the house. So that was what happened. There was no discussion about Ebagbe Okulole or Egbe Okulole because none of these kids ever admitted to Baba that Mohbad had passed on, although Blessing told him over the phone. So that is the narrative. None of them told Baba.
All right, Supreme, I'm going to let you, I will quickly call your attention to the part where Baba said that. Osha, sorry, Jackie Wajade.
No, I wanted to actually ask if anyone has the CTC of where Baba was given his own
I don't have it handy right here, and I
have the CTC. I'm just going to bring it out. I have the CTC.
You can make reference to that, and also the part where it was advised to go home.
And before we even say all of that, let me say one more thing before we go into that CTC. I think that we give her the time to find it. Another thing is either you take a body to the hospital, and I have to appreciate King White. Thank you for your submission that you just said not too long ago, because in every situation in life we learn. and we all need to, and over almost 500 people are here, and maybe a lot more streaming and on the window, on the window sill, on the fence, wherever they are. The thing is, we need to also use this as a case study to learn not only sometimes when I speak I also want to put information out there so that God forbid, even with elderlies too, you will know that okay, these are the things, because sometimes ignorance is not an excuse. And okay, yeah, you say some people we are in diaspora but Nigeria, but there's nothing wrong if you are exposed or if you learn from it, just in case in a different format, you will be able to be okay, now what am I trying to say is that, one, I don't know how it works in Nigeria, but when you call an ambulance, they give you a paperwork. And when you take... Hold on, Mama. Let me quickly say this.
You interrupted me and you took on.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So, I wanted to just say, when the part you mentioned that it was advised to go home and all of that. Mm-hmm. Now, we can be sentiment about that singular part, because reason being, when situations such as that occurs, one thing you have to also understand is that oftentimes, especially in Yoruba culture, it might just be a situation where they didn't want him to know immediately that his son had passed. But of course, given the situation as it is now, we can elaborate on it and say different versions and different stories that could obviously entwine in relation to Mohbad's death. However, that may have just been born out of not wanting him to know and having like Boya and Wagbalagba to go and talk to him, to announce the death or the passing of his son. This is just my own opinion. I'm not saying that was exactly what happened, but based on culture, if you want to go based on culture, I would assume that is the case. But then again, I may be wrong. I just wanted to insert that just so we have a bit of clarity with regards
Osha, please, before you go, before Supreme goes on, can I please read this? So I'm reading you something from the CTC, and it's on page 39 of the CTC. And the question was, who certified him dead? And Baba Mohbad's response, I'm Gwatija, can you
No,
mute,
I think
please?
that must be me. Hold on, let me turn this thing off.
Yeah, you're fine. Sorry. Okay. So they said, who certified him dead? And Baba Mohbad's response was, I don't know who said it, but they were deceiving me on the phone that he was all right and I should go back home.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah, hold on, Gwatija now. It's a full statement. Firstly, they said I should come to one hospital at Osaka, London. And when I got to the bus stop, I said I was at Osaka, London now. But they told me that I should go back home and that it was all right. But what I heard before didn't make me believe, and I wanted to see him. So I got there at 9:30 and I met his dead body on the floor. So that is completely different, Supreme, to you saying...
No, that is exactly what I said.
No, that's not what you said.
Word for word. I said nobody told... So they told him to go home, that the boy was fine. Listen, and that they've taken the boy home. So, but he insisted on going home. Maybe I didn't use the same words. And when he got home, so at what point did he tell them about Bokulole? He didn't even know. So that's exactly what I said that you just read. I don't have the CTC handy, but that is exactly what I said.
No, hold on.
But let me also say something psychologically.
Let's clarify this part so that we can all...
It's not Abefena, come on now.
No.
You are smarter than that now.
Can
you
done myself and you know that
submission, allow others.
Let us clarify.
One day.
We want to move on to something else, but let's clarify this part before you go. Now, my understanding from what you said earlier was that it was with Mama Mohbad, because there are two different instances of Baba Mohbad getting a phone call about Mohbad being dead. Now, the first instance was Baba Mohbad being with Iya Mohbad. They were about to cross the river, and then they got a phone call. And in that phone call, they said, oh, yeah, Mohbad said he got a call and they said, something has happened to this boy. Where Baba Mohbad said, Iku Owoloku. That's number one. That's one. And at that point, they were about to cross the river. They were heading towards Mohbad's place. Number one. The second one is here, where he said, they told me that he was at an hospital at Osakpa, London.
Abefe, you are the one with the CTC. You are the one that read the CTC, and you are the one that is arguing with the CTC. I'm going by the CTC.
I'm not arguing with the CTC.
What Baba said is, what I'm trying to clarify is, before Baba did not tell them Kongbo Kulole, Baba was not informed. Baba got home to meet the dead body. Period. That's all I'm saying. And that's what you read from the CTC. I don't have a copy.
We are correcting you and saying that do not say that Baba at no point made an attempt to go to the hospital.
I didn't say Osakpa, London is where the hospital is located. Baba, they saw Baba that Aramonyo Yakoma Bolo Hospital. That's what he was told. And when he got there at Osakpa, London, we are here at Osakpa, Ewamuwa, where is the hospital? They told him, they did not realize Baba was with them. Baba was with Mohbad and Yatunde or whoever. Okay? When they realized Baba was with them, they told Baba, please, Ara Mohbad itiya ekpada sile. Baba now said, I'm already at Osakpa, London. It's easier for me to just come home to his place of abode than me going back home at that hour of the night. I might as well just journey on. And that was all that happened. And when he got home, he met his body under the staircase. That's what you read. I might have put it in a different words, but that's just what you heard. So at what point, and you can go to Wumi's CTC and see if Wumi will tell us, if you have the CTC, that we told Baba is the one that said we should take the dead body home. That is all what we want to establish. Baba was never informed. I'm not saying Baba is perfect. He did some things wrong, but probably based on his level of education, exposure, whatever the case may be. But that was not part of it.
Okay, hold on, Supreme.
Yes, Mama.
I like to go with facts. I like to I
You are the one reading it now.
I don't go by speculations. I go with facts. Now, I got a call. So there's a question. How did you know about the demise of his son? He said on the 12th of September. Then they asked the question again. They said, how did you know? He said, I got to know around 9:30 p.m.
That was when he got to the house. Hold on, before you move on. Hold on.
Hold on now. No, don't do that.
That was, hold on now. Supreme, you are reading it. I just want to say that 9:30 p.m. was when he got home.
When you talk, I mute.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not talking from my head. I am reading from the CTC. So let's listen to the CTC. Don't Emma Glock the narrative of the CTC that suits you. Let's read from the CTC now. Now the CTC, they said, how did you know? Okay, leave Valeria go upstairs. Now let me go to page 39 of the CTC. Do you know the day that the deceased died? And Baba Mohbad answered, yes, 12th of September. Now the next question was, how did you know? How did you know? And Baba responded, I got to know around 9:30 p.m. The next question, on the 12th of September, Baba Mohbad said, yes. Now he said this, they were calling me that it was okay and I should go back home. And I noticed that the tone of the conversation, so I wanted to know what was happening by 9:30. What was happening? And by 9:30, I met his body on the floor. Okay? Then the next question was, the very first call you got with respect to the deceased, what information were you given? And Baba answered, the call was from his mom, and she said Mohbad was in the hospital, and they said we should come. But the way she sounded, I sensed something was wrong, and she called me around 4:30 to 5 in the evening. The next question, the mother does not live with you? He said no. Was the mother living with the disease? He said no. So now I want to clarify something here. Now, between 4:30 and 5, there was a phone call. Okay? At 9:30, Baba got to the house. Emu Yedani. So it means that 2 conversations was had. Now let's get to the part where they confirmed what they were told. Now, a question then said, was the mother living with the deceased? The answer, no. Did you go to the hospital? He shook his head side to side. Tell us what happened. On the very day when I was with his body, and on the very day when I saw that his body was on the ground, I asked what happened to him. Was he sick? Then they stopped him and they said, you got there and you saw the body already dead? He said, yes. They said they gave him injection. An injection reacted on his body, and that was the comment given to me by his wife. Okay? Then they went on, you saw the body, yes, got a wool in the ears, who certified him dead? This was when Baba Nain said, I don't know who said it, but they were deceiving me on the phone that it was all right and I should go back home. Firstly, they said I should come to one hospital at Osakpa, London. Let's establish one thing. At the time that they took Mohbad to the hospital, they contacted his father and said, oh, Mohbad is not feeling well. Oh, he's been taken to the hospital. Can you come? Straight forward. Okay? And now when I got to the bus stop, I said I was at Osakpa, London now, but they told me that I should go back home and that it was all right. But what I heard before didn't make me believe, and I wanted to see him. When I got to the house at 9:30 p.m., I met his dead body on the floor. Have you seen the death certificate? Baba's answer, no. So do you know the cause of death? Baba nods his head up and down. Who were the people you met? And he continued that narration. Now, from Baba's interview that we have all seen, okay? If you haven't seen the interview, then it means you are on Justice for Mohbad and you're jumping based on what you hear people on TikTok say. You're not doing your due diligence. Now, in Baba's interview, the first interview he said was, when we were going there, awa ni bi oko oju omi, tafe soda, ni won pe ya Mohbad. Lowa ni ya Mohbad wa gba mi laso mu pe, nkan ti somo ohun. And immediately, Baba said, he then responded to her and said, Iku owo lomo yi iku. Comment section, if you have not seen that recording, please raise your hand up so that we can go and look for it and we can play it here and now. Because I feel like the majority of you who are here probably have not seen or heard that recording. Okay. Ife, Joshua Lebami, what recording here? Sorry, YouTube. Recording in Biti Baba Mohbad ti sọ wípé àwọn wà níbi ọkọ̀ ojú omi, and you know they were crossing when Mama Mohbad received the call.
You're changing the topic because I don't know what you're trying to establish
exactly.
Here.
I don't know what you're trying,
and you're moving from Baba all the way. Can we go
just
to the
what are you trying to? What we are trying to establish is that Baba saw the body when he got home. We are trying to establish the fact that one simple thing, because you have actually put too much time into it, Nikbe, Baba was not the one that told them to take the body home, period. He only saw the body and got to know that his son was dead when he got home. That is very simple. You read it. Very simple. That is the only thing we want to establish here.
Abefe, you said the kids were young.
Baba did not instruct them. And one thing you should understand is we all should understand the fact that
we're trying to establish 2 things from this conversation. In case you don't remember, I can take you back. 2 things. Number 1, we're trying to establish that, first of all, Baba Mohbad received 2 phone calls, and Baba Mohbad did attempt to go to the hospital to meet with them at the hospital. You said
he did not attempt. Baba Mohbad was in the arena. I know that area very well. Baba Mohbad was in the arena saying, and they told him, yes, at the hospital. Oshakpa is where the hospital is.
So that's what
it's not 2 different locations. Oshakpa Mbeyenio Perez Hospital on the streets by Lower.
He asked you, Supreme, that are you aware that Baba actually made an attempt to go to the hospital, got to the junction, and had to go back?
I wasn't arguing that with you.
Oh my
I
God.
told you that part already. I wasn't arguing that with you. Baba attempted, he actually was in the arena of the hospital and he said, okay, ẹ wá mú mi lọ sí hospital tí ọmọ yẹn wà. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ara ẹ̀ ti yá, ó ti ń respond sí treatment. Àwọn ti gbé lọlé, ẹ padà sílé.
Abefe, I actually think the whole point of this discussion is about why he was very earlier. So it's not about whether or not he heard and when he heard.
Baba did not say
So the bone of contention is why he was very
Monroe, I don't know how
that
are you
was
talking,
what
how are you
we're
talking
actually
over
talking
someone?
about.
You're talking over me. How do you expect me to hear what you said? Like you're literally talking over me.
Okay.
I was talking to Supreme and you're like talking over me. So if you want to address me, you have to wait for me to finish so that I can hear you. So you can go ahead now.
Okay, so what I meant was you saying that the point, why was he buried, like pushing the blame on him for burying him earlier than expected. Like the question that TikTok
Can I
was
answer
asking,
that part?
the question she was asking.
The only reason I said that was because I am of the opinion that if Mohbad was not buried, had not been buried the way he was, maybe we would have gotten more answers from the toxicology and the autopsy. The only reason the reports are inconclusive is because he had already been buried for a number of days.
And that's exactly my point.
And that is,
do you actually think it was his fault to be buried at the point where he was buried? Because
say that again.
Do you think it was his fault that he was buried at the point when he was buried?
Yes, I do think it's the father's fault.
And this is where I disagree.
let me at the fact you made a statement.
The hospital would have released Mohbad's body without any form. Do you think the hospital would have released Mohbad's body without any report?
Yes, I do think Nigerian hospital will release the body to you, especially two things. If the body is not their client, and secondly, if the body was brought in dead, they will release the body to you 100%.
Okay, hold on. So, Moro, let me quickly put in a question there. First of all, you have made some, Abefe made some statement of fact, and you've said something probably that is wrong, outrightly wrong. The statement of fact you made, I'm going to stress it. Yes, 100% you are correct. If Mohbad wasn't buried, definitely the autopsy and toxicology would have been accurate. And having buried him for 9 days probably affected, not probably, most definitely affected the result. Correct. That's a statement of fact. It's not an opinion statement. It's a statement of fact, scientifically. Now, you are very wrong that Baba is to blame, because we cannot bypass a blame and take it to the last person that faulted. Because another wrong thing is brought in dead, brought in alive, you will definitely get a statement where they will say patient or this person, patient's name, brought in dead. Vital signs checked, 0. Coroner, 0. Carotid, 0. This. They will put the findings. It's a 3 leaflets. They will put the white copy in the patient's record, because this patient must have a record because of litigation purposes. They will give the pink one to the family members, and the third one will go to medical records.
Are you talking about a death certificate right now?
No, I'm not talking a death certificate. I'm talking about discharge notes.
Doctor's report.
Just doctor's report.
There cannot be a discharge note, Supreme.
Listen, listen now. Forget the word discharge. Don't let us argue. Doctor's reports. You will get a doctor's report. And family advised to deposit body in the morgue, because they work with license and it will be unethical. They cannot just tell them verbally. They will give them a paperwork. Okay? Paperwork stating coroner checked, 0, fixed. Vital signs, blood pressure, 0, heart rate, 0, pulse rate, 0, this one checked, 0, that one checked, 0, patients unresponsive, brought in dead, family advised, go deposit patient in the morgue. They must give them paperwork. Call it whatever name you want to call it. But they must have, because family can say they didn't tell us. And they work with license. They will lose their license if they don't give them paperwork. I call it paperwork, call it discharge paper, brought in dead. They must, even if it is a car accident patient they bring in dead, they must say blood broken, this broken, patient's check, unresponsive.
Exactly, thank you.
They must. I refuse to say, despite the fact that, yes, we all know that Nigeria is a developing country, it's a third world country, but they must. Because they still work with licenses. And it is the board of medical directors, they will suspend the hospital if they do not, they cannot just say, they must give them a paperwork. I am not talking about death certificate. We need to speak fact. You know, errors was made, but we still have to. Okay, there are some things that is a given.
I hope you know that now that you're talking, we have all muted our mic. So when we start, I said now that you're talking, we've all muted our mic. So when we start talking, please do not interrupt us. So please go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Can I correct one statement that Abefe actually made earlier?
Please go ahead. I'm going to mute.
Abefe, you actually stated earlier that, it was you all that said that the inconclusive, it was you all that said because he was buried, that was why the result was actually inconclusive. Abefe, it was actually Wumi that released a press statement that my father-in-law actually buried Mohbad quickly, the next day or the same day, whatever she said. It was actually Wumi that made the statement. It was not Mr. Loba or anyone from Mr. Loba. It was Wumi that released a press statement that it was because he was buried earlier. So I want you to correct that, and please don't repeat that again, that any of us from this side or Mr. Loba made such statement. It was Wumi that said he was buried, the autopsy was inconclusive because Mr. Loba buried Mohbad quickly the next day or whatever day she said, whatever it was.
What point are you getting at? I don't
Yeah,
get
you said earlier, you lot said that he was buried the next day. That was why he was buried quickly. That was why the autopsy was inconclusive. So why are you doing another autopsy?
So
that was what you said. And that was the statement was not made by Mr. Lo, but the statement was made
you're always like this.
I don't understand. What are you
Listen. I heard what I heard, and I'm putting this.
Did Abefe
Wumi made that statement. Wumi made that statement. She actually had a press release.
Why would you even have the audacity to tell someone what
a press release?
You have your own opinion. Abefe has her own opinion. So who are you to even be saying that, don't ever make this statement and then take it back? What do you mean? Everybody is having an opinion. You don't even have a factual.
I can't comprehend what exactly she said.
You are just mumbling everything together.
Mindful of your words. But I don't get you. So what's your point exactly? Because I don't know. I can't, I want to really understand what you're driving at by saying that woman said, Abefe said. So can you please say it again and let's hear what you have to say, please. Moro,
you can go ahead.
Abefe, can I ask you a question, please?
Susie, please hold on. I want Monroe to actually ask that question because I can't honestly comprehend what she was saying. She mumbled a few things up and I'm not quite sure what exactly it is she was saying. So Monroe, in case you don't know, you're already muted. Can you please unmute your mic so we can hear you?
Okay. You said, you lot already said.
No, not you lot. I said. Abefe said. Please, you can.
You said. You lot already said that the autopsy was inconclusive because he was buried.
Yes.
Right? Correct. Earlier than it should be. So why are you doing another autopsy and toxicology again? And yes. I am correcting that fact that it's not you lot. It was actually Wumi that made that statement that the autopsy was inconclusive because Baba buried Mohbad earlier than expected. So it's not your lot. It was actually Wumi's statement. And even a lawyer said the same thing. So for you to say Baba is doing another autopsy and toxicology, even though he said it was buried earlier, that statement was from Wumi, not from Mr. Loba or any representative of Mr. Loba.
Nobody has said, Monroe, I don't get it. So hold on. Nobody has said the statement was from Baba Loba in any shape or form.
Okay, then
Now-
why did you make the statement that why are you doing it again when you already said that it was inconclusive because it was quickly buried?
Okay, so you got the conversation from the middle. So let me
No,
explain.
it was not from the middle. I heard you clearly.
Can you just listen? Nah. Let me explain it to you. Like you're just literally just here to scream. You want to get it? Then listen. So what we said was, Supreme made a statement and said, the doctors have given you a medical advice. They are medical professionals, and they've said to you, go and deposit this body in the morgue. And she then said, these are medical professionals. These are people who know this. These are people who are who are skilled in this field. When they give you a professional advice, you need to go with it. You have to accept it. You have to take it. Okay. Now, I then came back and I said to Supreme, I said, well, it's not easy for you to say, oh, because it's a medical advice, then they should take it and go deposit the body in the morgue. I said, because we'll have a bigger issue by now. I said, however, let us now take it that, okay, we want to take every medical advice seriously. We want to take every medical report seriously. How come you lot in your word, now let me use your same words at you. How come you lot refused the reports from medical professionals regarding the autopsy and the toxicology? I said, how come you lot refused that result? If we're going by, because a medical professional has said it, we have to go with it. Why did you all refuse the toxicology and the second time? So it was a relative statement, and I was relating
That's exactly
that.
my point, Abefe. That's
No,
exactly
listen,
my point.
I was relating that. So my point
Wunmi
in saying
actually
that,
released that press statement. It was not anything that has to do with Mr. Loba. That's the point I want to
and
pass
nobody
across.
said it had anything to do with Aloba. That's the thing. Are you listening? Nobody has said it was Aloba who made that statement. No one has said that. And no one as well has said, among me, I am saying this as Abefe. I am saying that I feel that taking the medical the professionals assessment and report and going to deposit the body in a morgue would have been a bigger issue, just like the toxicology and the autopsy. Even though it's been written by professionals, we still do not agree with it, and that's why you guys are doing a second one. So I refuse that because a medical professional have said take the body to the morgue, then they should have gone to deposit. I thought it was not a bad thing that the body was taken home for the family to sit down and decide what are we doing from here. Now, if you then decide that Baba it's equal, we've accepted, we've gotten the closure, like what do we do? And everybody in that panic state then says, you know what? This body has to be taken to the morgue. Okay, let's go to the police station. Where's the nearest police station? Go to the police station, have a chat. This is what the hospital have said. Report that at hospital for okay, we need a report before we can do anything. You go to the hospital. The body that was brought here, sir. You assessed him. Can you give? There are steps that all of this, we will not be here having this conversation.
Abefe, the fact still remains that Wumi has the duty of care to Mohbad, and she was supposed to wait for his parents to come to the hospital before taking Mohbad home. The body was not meant to take back. The body was not meant to be taken back home. The body was not meant to be taken back home, Abefe, and we need to accept that fact that you said they were younger chaps, like younger kids, that they don't have any knowledge of that. But why didn't they wait for his parents? That's the question. Why did they take him home?
So when the hospital said take the body and go and deposit in the morgue, they should have said to the hospital, actually, please give us like an hour. We're waiting for the father to come before we remove the body. Is that what you're saying?
Why you said they were young chaps, they have no idea of how things work. These kids, they are kids and whole. If they were kids, as you said, why didn't they wait for his parents? Why did they take his body home? And why didn't they take him to the morgue as advised?
Okay, can I answer your question? You are saying that now, when they ask them, this person is BID, number one, is not our client. Number two, he didn't die here. We have assessed the body and we can tell you that this person has passed away. Please go and deposit the body in the morgue. They then say to them, actually, please, can we leave the body here for another hour or two? Because the father is coming. We want the father to come and see him in the hospital. Have you forgotten that they took him to a second hospital to get a second opinion? What are you talking about? He was taken to 2 hospitals to get second opinion. The first one is Kuramed, the second one is Perez Hospital. So I don't get it. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, irrespective of the hospital they took Mohbad to, they should have waited for his parents, and they should have
waited for his parents at the hospital.
Yes, because why would you take his body home in the first place when it was supposed to be deposited in the morgue?
Hold on. Monroe, so now you are contradicting yourself. They should have let his parents see the body before taking him away from the hospital, right? Okay, now they then took the body home.
Should have been deposited in the morgue, not in the house.
So that's my point. A body in the morgue without proper documentation?
Well, you said they should have waited for the father to come before removing the body from the
because
hospital.
you said they were young chaps, they were young kids, young lads, and all of that. They had no idea how this works. When they got when they arrived at the hospital, she said that earlier. And when they arrived at the hospital, they had no idea what was going on, and they should have.
You said that. I said that at the end of the day, they are young chaps. They were confused in that moment because none of them expected that. Number one, he did not have any underlying ailment. He was not sick. Everything that happened within an hour or hours or minutes or seconds or whatever it is. So yes, they were in a state of.
So why didn't they wait for an adult or the parents of the child in question? That's my point.
No, you're talking as though they were minors here.
These are adults. What are you on about?
These are adults and not children. That was what she
said. That was what she said.
Young adults. Young adults. You are the one confusing yourself.
No. She said they were young chaps. They had no idea of how things work. When she was
I did not say that. That's a
why
bloody lie.
She just repeated the same thing. God, you just repeat. Listen, you can't intimidate me and talk at the same time. You can talk one after the other. Talk one after the other. Don't intimidate me. Talk one after the other, please.
Are they minors? That's the question.
Talk one after the other. I can't hear you two both at the same time. I can't hear you two at the same time.
So you're contradicting yourself, Monroe.
Then one person should speak first, please.
Then go ahead.
You mute your mic.
Yeah, then one person should
speak
first.
Like, come on.